Most people are completely missing where the money is going in AI. Hello, I'm Lynn, and this is Lynn's 10-Minute Alpha, your 10-minute edge in finding the biggest opportunities. Everyone is staring at the sun, and the sun's name is NVIDIA. We get it. Jensen Huang is the most powerful man in tech, and GPUs are the god particles of our generation. But while the entire world was obsessed with H100s and Blackwell chips, a massive blind spot was forming in the market. What if I told you that while NVIDIA was putting up impressive numbers, a boring hardware company was quietly delivering a return so explosive it makes the Magnificent Seven look like they're standing still? I'm talking about a 464.5% moonshot in just a matter of months. While retail investors were fighting over NVIDIA fractional shares, the smart money was moving into the physicality of AI. Today, we are breaking down the SanDisk SNDK phenomenon. We'll look at why it jumped from $34 to a mind-bending $1,500 and why the next phase of the AI war isn't about who can think the fastest. It's about who can remember the most. Let's get into it. Here is the dirty little secret of the AI industry that big tech doesn't want to talk about. AI has a massive hunger problem. And I'm not just talking about the 2.3 gigawatts of power it consumes. I'm talking about data velocity. Think of a large language model like a high performance engine. A GPU like the H100 is the cylinders and the pistons. It's the raw power. But that engine needs fuel, and in the AI world, fuel is data. If you can't feed that data into the chip fast enough, that $40,000 GPU sits there doing absolutely nothing. This is the I/O bottleneck. As models like GPT-5 and Gemini 2.0 grow to trillions of parameters, the data deluge has become a flood. You can't run a revolution off an old school hard drive. You need enterprise grade NAND flash. This is the high speed lane of the digital world. Suddenly, every data center on Earth realized they were storage starved. They had the brains, but they didn't have the memory capacity or the speed to keep up. This realization is exactly what sent SanDisk into a vertical climb. But don't think this is just a one-hit wonder. This is a structural repricing of the entire storage sector. The Flash King, SanDisk slash SNDK. They dominate the hot data market, the data that needs to be accessed instantly for AI inference. Their nearly 5 times growth is the market recognizing that NAND is the new digital gold. The zombie comeback, Western Digital and Seagate. You've probably heard for years that the hard disk drive, HDD, is a dinosaur. Well, this dinosaur just grew wings. WDC and Seagate are up roughly 180% each this year. Why? Because AI produces trillions of gigabytes of cold data, logs, training sets, and archives that need to be stored cheaply. HDDs are still the most cost-effective warehouses in existence. The inner circle, Micron. Then there's Micron, MU, up 81% in just 12 weeks. They make HBM, high bandwidth memory, which is literally stacked on top of the AI chips. If SanDisk is the warehouse, Micron is the conveyor belt that feeds the GPU. So why did this happen now? Look at the numbers. The big four, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Microsoft, are on track to spend over $700 billion on infrastructure. In the beginning, that money was 90% GPUs. But as these companies build out their AI factories, the ratio is shifting. You can't just have a room full of GPUs. You need the racks, the cooling, and miles of storage arrays. Wall Street analysts are finally waking up to the fact that storage isn't just a cycle anymore, it's a strategic moat. If you control the storage supply, you control how fast the AI can learn. This is why SanDisk's valuation didn't just grow, it mutated. The million-dollar question, did you miss the boat? Look, a 464% gain is terrifying if you're looking to buy in today. Chasing a vertical line is usually a recipe for a bad time. But here's what I'm watching: the data to compute ratio. In every upcoming earnings call for these companies, don't just look at the profit. Look at the data center revenue growth. As long as the demand for enterprise SSDs and high-capacity HDDs stays in a supply deficit, the memory king still has a crown. We are moving from the AI hype phase into the AI build out phase. The winners won't just be the ones who write the code, they'll be the ones who own the hardware that stores it. The AI revolution is a physical story. It's about energy, it's about silicon, and it's about memory. Is SanDisk a bubble, or is it just the first of many infrastructure kings to be crowned? Drop a comment below. I want to know if you're holding SNDK, MU, or WDC. If you want to see our next deep dive on the AI power crisis and the energy company that's currently up 198%, make sure you're subscribed. We're tracking the money so you don't have to. I'm Lynn, and I'll see you in the next alpha.